Hey there, my name is Drew Brashler, and in this video, I want to teach you about using the Automixer on the Behringer WING. Now, if you're brand new to my channel, I'm all about helping you feel more confident with your production gear no matter where you're starting from. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, an Automixer allows us to assign a certain amount of channels to that Automixer. Now, the Behringer WING has 16 channels available to us for the Automixer, and we can actually select any of our channels for use with that Automixer. Now, an Automixer takes those channels and listens to them and turns up the channel that's being used at that time and tries to keep them fairly even. Now, this is going to be perfect for a corporate environment or a panel where we have multiple microphones out on stage and they are having a conversation. So I have some audio pulled up from a conversation actually about Automixers. Now, this audio, when you listen to it, you will hear one reverb from the room because they're using lavs and it's a reverberant room, so you hear all of the reflections in the room. Second, you're going to hear all of the room noise, AC, heat, papers rustling, people talking, babies crying, that sort of thing. And so what happens is with all of that noise, it gets multiplied on the 3 different microphones that I have open on the stage. Now, I could go and try and turn up and down as the individual people are talking, but chances are I'm going to accidentally not turn up someone who does talk, and they're going to end up missing the words in the audience. And so let me go ahead and just play this audio once through, and we can listen to the noise and the people talking and the reverberation that's in the room.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about Automixers and why they're a game changer for live sound and corporate events. Sarah, what's the biggest advantage?
Automixers automatically adjust mic levels in real time, reducing background noise and feedback. In corporate settings where multiple panelists speak, it keeps everything clean and intelligible.
Exactly. Instead of open mics picking up room noise, an Automixer only brings up the mic of the person speaking, cutting out distractions and making speech clearer.
That's huge. Without one, background noise builds up fast. But with an Automixer, it's like having an extra engineer managing levels constantly.
And for live sound, it's a lifesaver. No more manually chasing faders, just consistent, balanced audio without extra work.
Yeah, it's like having an extra set of hands, making sure the mix stays tight and focused.
If you're not using an Automixer yet, you're missing out. Thanks, Sarah and George. Welcome, everyone. Today,
So we can hear the room sound, we can hear the reverberation, we can hear that AC noise, and all of that adds up. So if we play this again
everyone.
and I mute
Today we're
these
talking about
other channels,
Automixers and why they're a game changer
it's
for
going
live
to
sound and
reduce the
corporate
amount
events.
of noise.
Sarah, what's the biggest advantage?
Automixers automatically adjust mic
So
levels in
this
real
is
time,
just
reducing
Sarah's
background
mic.
noise and feedback.
There's with the
in
other
corporate
2
settings
included.
where multiple panelists speak, it keeps
So when we use an Automixer, it's going to automatically go and adjust the volume of the 3 microphones to bring up the microphone that's currently being used. Now, if multiple people are talking at the same time, it's going to weight those and bring up both of them together at the same point. So let's go ahead and actually implement this Automixer on these 3 channels. So I'm going to go ahead and first select my first channel, and I'm going to go to my second insert point. So this is going to be a post fader insert point for the Automixer. It actually doesn't exist on the pre-fader. And that's because we want our volume of our fader adjusting the level that's being sent to the Automixer. So if you do happen to have a soundboard that has an Automixer that's available to be put pre-fader, don't do it. Make sure that it's set to post-fader, which the Behringer WING and the X32, all of those have these set post-fader. Now, if you did happen to have a mixer that has a pre-fader and you have a channel turned down but not muted, and someone starts talking with that microphone backstage and you still have it turned down, it's going to affect the microphones that are currently out on stage turned up. So just keep that in mind. We always want to put an Automixer post-fader. So I'm going to go into my second insert point and I'm going to turn it on. And then here, I'm just going to select Auto X, and we'll see that we have now a channel here. Now I'm going to go ahead and select my second channel, go to my second insert point, turn it on, and go Auto X again. My third, going to go to that second insert point, turn it on, and go to Auto X. So at this point, I have these 3 channels going to the Automixer. Now I can go and add more channels if I want to. And the great thing about the Behringer Wing is that we have the ability of placing an Automixer on any channel of the board. So I can go to my channel 36 and I could go ahead and place this here. Now the only channels that the Automixer is not available on is our aux channels. So we have 1 through 40 that we can use the Automixer on, but then our auxiliary channels 1 through 8 are not able to use that Automixer. So let's go ahead and go back up to my first thing. And I have this fancy button here in my custom control where I can turn on and off the Automixer. And to do that, I went to Setup and Custom Control Edit, and I went to User 1, and then went to Function, Other, and Automix X. So this allows me to turn on and off my Automixer, as we can see right there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off real fast. Go ahead and press play, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. We'll hear all of that background noise just go away.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking
here we
about
go.
Automixers and why they're a game changer for live sound and corporate events. Sarah, what's the biggest advantage?
Automixers automatically adjust mic levels in real time, reducing background.
And so we can see that the Automixer is adjusting things real time. So we can see that when there is a yellow bar and it's down at the bottom, that means that it's attenuating that channel by a certain amount of dB. And so then any of the channels that are currently being used, you'll notice that that yellow bar goes away because that channel is being active. So it's not being attenuated at that time.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about Automixers and why they're a game changer for live sound and corporate events. Sarah, what's the biggest advantage?
Automixers automatically adjust mic levels in real time, reducing background noise and feedback. In corporate settings where multiple panelists speak, it keeps everything clean and intelligible.
Exactly. Instead of open mics picking up room noise, an Automixer only brings up the mic of the person speaking, cutting out distractions and making speech clearer.
That's huge.
So let's go ahead and turn
Without
off the
one,
Automixer.
Background noise builds up fast. But with an Automixer, it's
And
like
let's turn it
having
back
an
on.
extra engineer managing levels constantly.
So that is a
And for
very
live sound,
big
it's a
difference
lifesaver.
between
No more
the
manually chasing
non-Automixer
faders,
versus
just
the
consistent,
Automixer being
balanced
turned
audio
on.
without extra.
Now we could also go in and add a gate. So if I go into my speech channels here and I go focus in on my first guy, so I'm going to go ahead and mute these and go up to and add a PSE here. So I'm going to go ahead and dial this in and add in a little bit of gating here on this microphone.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about Automixers and why they're a game changer for live sound and corporate events. Sarah, what's the biggest advantage?
Okay.
Mixers
And
automatically
let's go
adjust
ahead and
mic
adjust
levels in
hers.
real time, reducing background noise and feedback. In corporate settings where multiple panelists speak, it keeps everything clean and intelligible.
Exactly.
well.
Instead of open mics picking up room noise, an Automixer only brings up the mic of the person speaking, cutting out distractions and making speech clearer.
That's huge. Without one,
Okay,
background noise
so I've
builds up
added
fast.
in the PSE,
But with
which
an Automixer,
has
it's like having
reduced
an
some of
extra
that background
engineer
noise. But if
managing
we turn
levels
this
constantly.
off,
And for live sound,
It
it's
still
a lifesaver.
is there.
No more manually chasing faders, just consistent, balanced audio.
so using an Automixer is going to be a way of cleaning up your audio if you are in a corporate environment or if you're doing some sort of panel interview on stage at your venue or church. Now, there's one other little trick that I have that I'm going to be releasing in another video, and that's where we actually put in some pink noise onto a ghost channel that's not actually going anywhere, but we assign it to our Automix. So keep an eye out for that. And by using that, we can actually do an Automixer with a single channel, not with multiple channels, but a single channel, which is great. So keep an eye out for that video as it's kind of a fun little trick that you can do. But I hope this video was helpful for you today. If you do happen to have any questions or there's a video that you're hoping that I would make, please post that comment in the comment section down below, as I'm always reading through those comments to find videos that can be helpful for you. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my website at drewbrashler.com, where I have a whole bunch of audio tips and tricks, as well as some presets and scene downloads for the Behringer series of mixers. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.